All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold-out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check safety. Go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch one. Watch the run. Alert 3. Go. Alert wheel. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 3. No.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Fields. And he's got his target. That's more. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 64 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Nickel. Yellow. Checking crack.
Come on.
Double up. He's coming.
80 weapon.
Check 31. Check. Lucky. Wide. Get wide. Watch the safety.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, 15.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Strong right. 3 down. Check. Crunch.
15.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
Hey, 43.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Yellow. Come on, Eddie.
Watch that end. Tight end's right.
43.
Check 24. Hatchet.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
down these two. Fall down these two. Lord, wait.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch the edge.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 7, Chiefs nothing.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Five down.
Yellow.
Switch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Yellow.
Hot. Blue Jack working. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
45. Mike, 45.
Hey, Ripley.
Switch.
Yellow.
Jam.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are. But with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. His throw incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake. Fields. Out to his left. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Fielded at the 20. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Kill. Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this is hauled in by Matthews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
44, Mike.
Fight on these two.
All day, every day. Zoom, fellas, let's go. 44's the Mike.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Matthews. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Undercrush.
Yellow.
Undercrush. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 27-yard line.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
Hey, 15.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Yellow.
Double dog. That's the way.
15.
He's checking.
15.
Crash. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 52. That's the way.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the Jaguars' 4-yard line.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Check Sunday.
Fresno.
Hey, yellow, go gun.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
24-yard attempt.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Come on, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Shift.
To throw on second down. Fields. Forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Watch one. All day. Spot.
Operating from the gun. Fields going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on fourth down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And how about this decision? Tie game first half, but here's an onside kick. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mahomes going to throw. He's got it to Matthews, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Yellow. Hey, 43.
Watch safety creeping.
Hey, 15.
Hey, check 24.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? he's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Hey, 43, 15.
Delta.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes it a 17-10 score. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware.
He's got a man, complete, past the 20, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Jacksonville.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Fournette. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second and 2. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Dancing to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Let's get some penetration. Easy.
Kill.
Yellow.
Kill. Turn up. Slam.
Check 37.
Check the backer.
Right side.
Mahomes now to throw. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, and now it's 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Yellow.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Hey, 57, 57. I got it.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. Wiggles free. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. Got it open, then he completes it to Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now it's Mahomes again. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Mahomes to throw once more. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Second and 13. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
36, 36. Check 3, check 1.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Ready, ready. 10 Tucson. One of the mic. Watch one. Watch one.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games